What's going on, everybody, and welcome to the Rideshare with Johnathan YouTube channel. Today's topic is going to be if you should be selling your Uber stock, if you have any shares in it. This is honestly going to be a very straightforward video. It should not be that long. The simple answer is going to be from the beginning, yes, yes, and yes. And I'm going to explain why, in case you've been living underneath a rock the past couple weeks or even honestly up to a year. If you're a rideshare driver or own stocks in this, what's going on is California created this bill, AB5, that basically said that Uber and Lyft must classify all their drivers in the state of California to be employees versus independent contractors. Why is this a big deal? Because if you go from an independent contractor to an employee, well, guess what? That company now has to provide benefits. Those benefits are sick days, overtime, 401k options possibly. I mean, it's basically endless at this point. They were told to do this a year ago. Neither company, Lyft or Uber, neither one touched it and said, no, we're not going to do that. So the state of California went and got a prosecution team and prosecuted them, and the judge ruled in favor of the state. And yeah, the main reason I'm going to say sell is, for this reason, it's not going to be just California for very long. I definitely imagine every state after this is going to start following suit after seeing the benefits of what's going to come from this. Now, a lot of people are wondering why the drivers, including myself, are screaming, no, keep us as independent contractors. To me personally, I'm a veteran. I already have benefits. I don't need the benefits. And I know what's going to happen. It's going to drive the price of the rides up. So you're probably going to find less riders, or definitely the tips are going to diminish dramatically. The money's got to come from somewhere to pay for the insurance, to pay for the sick leave and stuff like this. And I know a lot of people are going to say, well, it does pay off. It is better if you do this as a career. Yes and no. I personally don't see this as a career job, even though a lot of people will probably argue that fact. But anyways, let's get into the stock real quick before I continue talking here. If you look back, I'm going to throw up on the screen real quick. In 1 week, Uber has already lost $1.41, which brings it down to $30.05 per share, which is a 4.48% drop. And this is per share. If you look at the month, you're already looking at almost a 9% drop, which is almost $3 per share. I'm telling you right now, this is the best of the worst. What's about to follow and what's about to happen is probably going to be a complete meltdown, if you ask me, when it comes to stocks. Because I do not see a way or a shape that someone's going to keep this stock when it's going to start plummeting. Because two things have to happen. Lyft and Uber both have to scramble now and find an alternative versus classifying people as employees, which they most likely already have. Somebody already leaked out that they are going to franchise out each, I guess, Lyft and Uber to each individual state and have their own franchises in the state, which will legally let them actually classify each individual driver as independent contractors. Now, this is speculation on basically them appealing and it not getting overturned in November. So you're talking about Uber and Lyft being shutting down in California from possibly this coming weekend all the way to November. So how much is that going to affect the stock? I can only imagine it's going to go down, at least 25 to 30% if you ask me. A lot of people are going to say Uber Eats is still going to be able to function. It's going to hold them afloat. I personally don't see that happening. They just purchased Postmates, which now they own about 30% of the delivery drive, or the gig economy, I guess, when it comes to delivering food. Obviously behind DoorDash, which is like 45% or something crazy like that. But I don't see Uber Eats holding them afloat for one reason. Uber Eats and the food delivery in general costs so much money, and they're already gouging money. I guess supposedly already over $100 million this year just from Uber Eats alone, and then acquiring Postmates. Now they're having to maintain them. So I honestly don't see the stock keeping afloat. If I own stock in Uber, which I do not, I own stock in Lyft, I would definitely be, me personally, I'm unloading. This is not financial advice. I'm not telling you to do this. This is just my personal opinion. So just keep that in mind. I would definitely be unloading if I could. Now, a second thing will come from this. Lyft will actually gain ground on Uber, if you ask me, because Lyft is concentrated only on rideshare. They don't worry about food delivery. So Uber is juggling two things right now. They're juggling a lawsuit in one hand where they're trying to fix this whole employee versus independent contractor thing. And then they're having to juggle the acquisition of Postmates, and then they're just bleeding money from Uber Eats right now because of them acquiring this whole new system they're using. I mean, go Google it, look it up. It's ridiculous right now. Most people are saying Uber Technologies stock is going to most likely plummet at least 10% in the next week or two. So just a heads up. Now, what does that mean for everybody else out there that doesn't have Uber stock? What this means is when it does plummet, there's an opportunity. So, I mean, I hate to say this, but when the bad happens, there is good at the end of the tunnel. To me, if it goes from 30 to 10, I'm buying as much as I can of that $10 stock. If Uber can show that it's going to stay afloat and Uber Eats proves that it's going to be a good system to use, they're nowhere near, if you ask me, DoorDash right now. And the pay system's nowhere close either. So, and out here in San Antonio, Texas, it's DoorDash by a mile. Uber Eats is nowhere even near it. So more and more people are signing up for DoorDash and leaving Uber behind. So, but that's just from what I'm seeing out here in San Antonio. So make sure to leave your comments below to let me know what's going on around in your city. And I do know that Uber already removed themselves from Austin and I want to say Houston out here in Texas right now. So, I mean, this is going to be a trickle-down effect. Of course, those two happened, I want to say a year or two ago when this whole thing came out. But that's a whole other video. Anyways, let me know if you have stock in Uber right now or Lyft. Let me know your thoughts on the stock and what you think is going to happen. If it's going to go up, going to go down, all that good stuff. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe below. If you like watching videos to do with Rideshare, which is anything Uber and Lyft, I do tips, tricks, vlogs, reviews, stock, anything to do with Rideshare. Other than that, see you guys next episode.